Let's talk about sinkholes. I'm not talking about the really good ones in your kitchen sinks that make leftovers, or that affinity you have for collecting printing presses. I'm talking about the really bad sinkholes that seem to be popping up, or should I say down, all around. For instance, golfer Mark Mahal was playing the Ann Breyer golf course in Waterloo, Illinois, and never made it to the 18th hole because the 19th hole opened up on the 14th hole and swallowed him whole. A manager at the course lowered a ladder into the 18-foot deep hole to rescue Mahal, who wanted to keep playing because he had a great second shot. Or how about Hillsborough County, Florida, where 4 sinkholes occurred in less than a month, including one that swallowed an entire house? Is there something with Florida seriously unsound? Well, yes. But what about sinkholes? They're not just opening up in Florida. Roads are collapsing in Texas, California, and other states. Holes are gulping down cars in China, an entire 3-story building in Guatemala, and land throughout countries around the world. Are these holes in the earth being caused by global warming? Or shall we say global worming? Sinkholes occur naturally when water wears away soft bedrock such as limestone or sandstone. When this happens above the ground, it's referred to as the process of erosion. But when the process occurs below the surface of the earth, it's called suffosion. Water eating through rock to form holes underneath the surface of the earth. Yeah, that's what made the Bat Cave. And other lesser caves, but I think you can see where this is going. Hollowed ground. One way of looking at a sinkhole is by studying what happens from the birth of a cave. Next thing you know, the hole is filled with bats, albino alligators, spelunkers, and billionaire crime fighters. But why so many of late? Some experts blame it on the development of developments. In the US, for example, as a new area is developed with new houses, offices, roads, strip malls, Best Buys, and McDonald's, natural runoffs for water are diverted or paved over. The water then seeps into whatever cracks it can find and over time flows underground, creating holes and tunnels. So what might have naturally caused erosion, slowly wearing down top layer after top layer, becomes a combination of underground holes getting bigger and bigger while above ground homes and people are getting heavier and heavier. They are eroding. No. They are causing erosion. No. They're causing erosion and eroding. No. Some are eroding and some are causing erosion, which is resulting in more sinkholes, especially in areas of high development like, you guessed it, Florida. There also seems to be an increase of sinkholes in areas where we find a different type of development, fracking. Fracking, which is short for induced hydraulic fracturing, is a controversial technique for extracting or inducing underground natural gas by forcing fluids or hydraulics into the ground and creating cracks or fractures that the gas can escape through. Forcing fluid into rocks, high pressures, cracks, what could possibly go wrong? You guessed it again, sinkholes. Areas with a high amount of fracking activity have noticed an increase in sinkholes and in seismic activity in general, which produces those supersized versions of sinkholes known as earthquakes. Not surprisingly, the natural gas industry says any connection between hydraulic fracturing and sinkholes is unfracking believable. True, correlation doesn't equal causation, but it doesn't preclude it either. We've got our eye on you. From New York City, I'm Kegan, and this is Rocket Boom.